Hey, hey. Welcome everybody to Miss Glow's Kitchen, where there's sugar, spice, and everything nice, where we slice, dice, and entice, using everything we can, from peppers to allspice. What's up, my people? Y'all know what time it is? See y'all in the kitchen.
What are we making today, Gabby?
Homemade biscuits today, everybody, from scratch. Now, everybody like a good biscuit. I know I do. I like Grand's. I really do like Grand's biscuits. But sometimes we want to make something homemade. So good. We don't want to go to the store. We do it in our kitchen. But I'm telling you, I'm about to show you a biscuit recipe now that's so easy. You can't mess it up. Even if you don't know how to cook. If you follow my directions, you can't mess this up. All right? All right, so the thing with these biscuits is all of the wet ingredients need to be super, super cold. So we're going to make the milk cold, the egg cold, and the butter. So we're going to prepare that first, put it in the fridge, and then we can get right into making these. Look at this, everybody. Look at this. All right, y'all know what I always say. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. So let's get to it. I'm going to list the ingredients in the description box down below. Now, if you haven't hit like or subscribe, you better do it now before you miss out on something good. I promise you that. All right, so we're going to put the 1 egg into a bowl. We're going to get 1 cup of milk and 1.5 sticks of butter. Now here, I'm measuring the milk, of course. We're going to see in a moment. I'm going to cube that butter. All right, the 1.5 sticks. So you can do those cubes as big or as small as you like. But in fact, coming up, I'm going to show you another method that will make your biscuits even more tasty, and even you can just, the butter is just so good in it. But anyway, let's just do this. We're going to put this back into the refrigerator, and then after we do that, we are going to jump into the dry ingredients. Let's go. This is 3 cups of all-purpose flour. This is good, right? Now, we need 3 tablespoons of sugar. So I know you really can't see me measuring it here, but all right, 3 tablespoons of sugar. That's good. Off to the side, we're going to do 4 teaspoons of baking powder. All right, so that is baking powder. All right, I kind of try to, all right, so 4 of these. 2, 3, and 4. All right, so that's 4 of those. Now, let's get ½ teaspoon of salt. Now, if you don't have kosher salt, you can use a regular salt. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. You hear me? Not a big deal. All right, so ½ teaspoon of salt. Good enough. And last but not least, ½ teaspoon of cream of tartar. Now let's talk cream of tartar. Oh, this one's new. I haven't opened this one. All right, so 1/2 teaspoon of this. All right, there we go. Now, let's talk about cream of tartar and what it does for us. So to make a long story short, it's a leavening agent, and it makes our biscuits puff up and rise. Kind of tall, if you will. And another thing, if you run out of baking powder, if you combine baking soda and cream of tartar, bam, you'll have baking powder. How about that? All right, let's talk what we need before we start the biscuits. So we want to have everything out already. So get yourself a nice baking sheet, whatever size. It depends on how many biscuits you're making. If you're making a big batch for a bunch of people because you got, company or it's a holiday or something, get yourself a big sheet and then double or triple the biscuit batch. You're going to need some nonstick spray. If you got parchment paper, you can use that too, but nonstick spray is cool. You're going to need a pastry cutter. This is what's going to cut the butter into the dry ingredients for us. And you need a pastry brush because at the end, I'm going to brush some more butter on it. Brush some more butter on it. Yes. All right. So now let's talk biscuit cutters. So you can break these biscuits off if you want to, and you can just kind of like my mother used to do it, kind of like just break it off, put it in a ball, flatten it, and bam, you got biscuits. Cool. But now, if you want to do them all even, have the professional look to it, then you're going to use cutters. Now, let me tell you, let's talk cutters for just 1 minute, and then we're going to move on to mixing the dry ingredients. So, cookie cutters, biscuit cutters, same thing. All right, so Valentine's Day, you're going to get up and make biscuits. Yes, heart-shaped biscuits. All right, so this is some other cutters, I have with a little handle on them. So, yeah, I'm going to use something like that. I got here rectangle rather. So, you want to make rectangle. You can do something with these biscuits. You hear me? So, you don't have to just look, Okay, so I've got these round ones. So this one is really big, but it's not the size I would use, but just want to show you the cutter's got a thicker ring on the top, and then the part that cuts is, a little thinner on the bottom. So, not a bad choice either. All right, so I have these other cutters. I got these off Amazon too. All right, so I got these with a scalloped edge. So if you're doing, biscuits, you want to do a cute little edge around there, you can. But this one, you can flip this one over so that you do just that regular straight edge. So it's a round one, but you can get 2 looks out of it. So, and last but not least, all right, let's talk about what my mother used. A glass. All right, so you can see this one a little smaller. This one's a little bigger. So long as you have a round glass that you can kind of push down and cut. So you don't have cutters, you do. If you have glasses, you got biscuit cutters. You're good to go. All right, so we've got the butter out. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna dump everything into a mixing bowl. All right, hold on. We're gonna get all of our flour out of there too. It's sticking to a dry bowl. I don't know. But all right, don't worry about it. Now, I'll mix that up. Mix it up really well. All right, so you want to make sure all of your dry ingredients are well incorporated. All right, so from there, now let's go to a bird's eye view. That way you can see exactly what I'm doing. All right, so the idea now is for you to see what I'm doing here. Now, one thing you do want to do is you want to get your oven to 450. Yep, 450 for these biscuits. And make sure the rack is in the middle position. All right, so let's get it, let's go. So let's pour all the butter in there. Yep, it's nice and cold too. Nice and cold. All right, so you want to take your pastry cutter, and this is what you're going to do. You're basically going to Alright, so if we were to give you any idea, I don't know if you could really see that, but just about that size, or maybe even a little smaller. So after this, so we want to make sure now we got our butter all through this. So don't overdo it with this butter. Don't cut it until it's like crazy, crazy small. You want to do them too small. You want some butter in there. All right, so this is good. So like that quick, we've cut the butter in there. All right, hey, no need to whip the egg. Just put your egg and milk in there. There's no need to, so we're gonna do it in here. Now at first, yeah, I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna get my hands in this. So this dough, once we get this dough where we wanna get it, it's gonna still be really sticky. But we're gonna turn this out onto the counter. So right now, we just wanna get this, all that egg and that milk all mixed up in here. And by the way, you can omit the egg if you want to. I believe this recipe works without the egg. All right, so now, what you're gonna see here is you're gonna see me go in. So I'm gonna go in with my hands. Let's put this down. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna start getting this mixed up in here, okay? So we see, we don't have all of our flour. You gotta get it all the way off the bottom of the bowl. All right, all the way off the bottom, all of it off the bottom of the bowl. Yep, it's still gonna be a sticky mix, but keep going. So, as you can see, in this dough, you can see the pieces of butter in there. Yep, that's what you want to see. You want a nice buttery biscuit. Yes. So now, we're gonna put a little bit, spread it out, put a little bit of flour, and this, my dear, is going onto your floured surface. Now, if right here you want to use, a cutting board or chopping board or something like that, by all means, go right ahead. All right, you're gonna put a little bit of flour, not too much though. You're gonna change the flavor of your dough if you put too much. So don't go sprinkling flour like crazy. We wanna get this flour good enough so that we can work with it. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get it to such a consistency that we can cut it out without it being sticky like this. So a little bit more. All right, I'll flip that over. A little bit more. Put that around there just slightly. Just slightly, y'all. We don't want to jack up the flavor of our biscuits like I said, so we're gonna make sure that yep. Yeah, I was doing my damn hands. Woo-wee! Whoa, whoa, whoa. So now, once we do this right here, what you're gonna do right here is, this is where you're gonna shape your dough. Now, if you wanna roll it out with a rolling pin, yep, you could do that. If not, then what you're gonna do is, you're just gonna flatten it. So, if you wanna do it with a rolling pin, you can, but and I tell you right now, it's not necessary. So if you want some really, really tall, fluffy biscuits, then pat this out. You're gonna pat this out. You're gonna pat this out and okay. So yeah, nice, taller, much taller biscuit that way. All right, you work your dough too much, your butter is gonna melt, and you don't want your butter to melt. So give this a nice, generous spray here so that your biscuits come right off. And start cutting. My oven is ready. All right, so what you can just cut all of them and then peel them out like this if you want to. So what you get is a nice little biscuit right there. So I only cut where I know I'm going to get a whole biscuit. I cut it. All right, so that's good. Some people like their biscuits to touch. Feel that they bake better if they touch, but if you want to make yours touch, that's fine. Now, no, they don't look pretty on the pan. I'm trying to fit them on at this point. All right. 6. So, you know, we'll do very quickly. Now the dough is still cold, so think about that. Right now, the dough is still cold. So what I want to do is hurry up. Pat it back out again. And I'm gonna cut a few more biscuits out of here, probably like 2 more. So after these are cut out, they will go into that 450-degree oven for anywhere between 15 and 20 minutes. Closer to 15 minutes, start watching your biscuits. If they have started browning on the top a lot, take them out and then check the bottom, because the middle will definitely be done. Don't worry about that. So just watch them and, in essence, make sure they don't burn. All right? Because this is a really good buttery biscuit. You gotta try it. All right, so now look, I got my jelly laying all on the side, but y'all, that bad boy been cut open. All right, let's see. See, that's not enough jelly. So, you know what? I think I eat too much jelly on my biscuits, but that's just me. Y'all don't pay me no mind. I just need a little bit more. I don't need to overdo it, but yeah, I just need a little bit more. I bite down on my biscuit. That is buttery. See, I cooked mine a little bit more. I like mine a little bit crunchy. So, I left mine in there for about 18 minutes. You're going to leave yours between 10 and 15. These are very, very, very good. Well, y'all better go make these. If you didn't hit like or subscribe, hit it now. As usual, it's been a blast. Thanks for spending time with me in my kitchen. Hit that like and that subscribe button and that bell for notifications so you'll know right away when I put a new video up.